We are back. Welcome back, team. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be there. Hope you've had an amazing week. Here we go again. Let's get it done. Guys, today we are talking about villas. Villas. That is on my mind. Q1 is bringing about some juicy villa launches, and I'm here to talk about it. Because firstly, villa launches don't come around very often. Secondly, villas are one of the highest performing assets in Dubai due to lack of supply. Because there aren't many of launches of them, there's very little supply. There's a huge demand because you've got families, you've got people looking for more space, especially through COVID, sent capital appreciation in the villa communities through the roof. And thirdly, because they always sell out on launch. And if you want to get into an opportunity, if you want to benefit from the capital appreciation, if you want to really maximize those returns, the best time to get in is on a launch. The launches sell out. In order for you to get your place in the launch, we need to start talking about it now so that you've got your expression of interest in, so you're in the queue, so that you actually have access to these properties. And even if you do have an expression of interest in and you are in the queue, many a times people are disappointed because they've just simply not got in early enough. So don't tell me I didn't warn you, okay? That is what we are here to talk about today. I'm having so many conversations with investors. Villas. It's all we're talking about right now because there are set to be some incredible launches in Q1 this year in Dubai, and it'd be rude not to talk about it. So let's dive in and let me show you exactly what we are looking at. All these launches, guys, have not been released yet. They've not been announced. The information I'm being able to get is from contacts that I have in the industry, based on the previous launches, based on the land registry, based on what we know is coming up and due. But in terms of official announcement and communication, it's still set to come out on the launch. However, it drives me nuts because they release the information on the launch, and by that point it's too late. We need to get you in and starting to think about this now so that you're in a position to go when the launch arrives. So what I can do is I can share with you what I know so far, the information we have based on previous launches and previous projects, and use the history to help us predict the future. So first up, we have Miraz. This is one of the most highly anticipated launches of the year. If you speak to anyone in Dubai and say, what do you think of Miraz? They will go, they make a fantastic community. They are known for high quality, high product. And the proof is really in the pudding because I can show you development after development, which they have completed, which are just fantastic. They're definitely high end, they're definitely luxury. They are government backed, which gives you that peace of mind, that security. And we can talk all day about their previous projects. City Walk is a very well-known one. Next to downtown, fantastic community that's being built out. They also built out the Nad Al Shelba Gardens. I was there last week for dinner. Beautiful vibe, beautiful community. Blue Waters, one of the highest price per square foot pieces of property in Dubai. Again, Miraz were the guys behind it. Jumeirah Bay, Lamur, Pearl Jumeirah, Maras Al Arab. The list goes on and on and on. Like premium development, quality products. And time and time again, these products come to market, they sell out, they soar in terms of value. The capital appreciation between launch and handover alone are typically between 15 and 30%. Rest assured, investors come back again and again to this brand because they have a fantastic reputation, a fantastic history, and they deliver insane products. So in terms of a developer, massive tick in that box. So the project itself that we are talking about then is the acres. Now let me show it you on the map. So the acres is here, sat in this plot. So you can see it on the map in comparison to Dubai as a whole. You're about 25 minutes from the Palm, 30 minutes from downtown. In terms of accessibility, you are 2 minutes from Sheikh Zayed Road, one of the main roads running right the way through Dubai. So it's in one of the prime areas. Now this whole area, a lot of that's lit up in blue right now, is a lot of the villa communities. So in terms of location, it's sitting very central. And a couple of weeks ago, there was an announcement of a new road which is just going to help elevate the area even more. A new road has been announced that's going to run right through from Dubai Hills right into the acres and all this area here. What that is going to do is suddenly cut down travel times, making it even more accessible. But also what that does is it unlocks a whole new demographic in terms of the people that want to live here, because suddenly Dubai Hills currently 15-minute drive because you need to go up and round. However, this road is just going to be a direct access, making it a lot more accessible. Suddenly you're opening up a lot more of the market, because for those people who need to access Dubai Hills, they need to get to hospitals, schools, it's going to be all very, very accessible. It's going to make it even easier. And you can imagine as this road is built out and completed, will be a similar time to handover at the acres, which again will then help the prices because the capital appreciation's there. There's going to be a higher tenant demand. It's going to tick a lot of boxes. So in terms of accessibility, it is in a fantastic plot. Okay, so the plot itself, if we were to zoom in a little bit more, you can see here. So last year was the first release of phase 1. It completely sold out. They also then moved to phase 2, which again completely sold out. So we are now looking at phase 3, which is rumored to be launching at the end of this month. Again, it'll be an anticipated sellout, which is why I'm telling you to get in early. The process around a launch, guys, is that they will say if they launch at the end of the month, they'll have a launch date in which allocation is made. 2 weeks prior to that, they will start taking applications so that you can actually join the queue. And that is what's called an expression of interest, an EOI. And that's why I'm trying to give you the heads up as early as possible, because a lot of people don't just wake up one morning and go, let's buy a house. They need to get their head around it. They need the information in order to make a decision. And that's what I'm here to help you with. So phase 1 last year sold out. Phase 2 last year sold out. We are on the final phase of the community. After this, there is no other land left. And that is why it's one of the most highly anticipated launches of the year. You can see here, based on the plans and the photos we've taken from the previous launches, it looks like there's going to be a mixture of 3, 4 and 5 bed villas along with the waterfronting mansions. So I mentioned Miraz are known for creating incredible communities, and the Acres is going to be no different. Miraz here is creating a lagoon style, a very much a lagoon green community, which is going to be genuinely one of its kind. When I looked at the comparables of this, there's very, very other villa communities that I can compare it to, and that's for a few reasons. Firstly, the amount of green spaces they are putting into this community is mind-blowing. Here in Dubai, in a villa community, you legally have to have 10% of that community as green spaces. Miraz are going above and beyond, as they always do, because their whole focus is a community-led approach, because they know if they create an incredible community, people are going to want to live there, which is the fundamental in any project. If there's a high demand of people wanting to live there, whether that's end users to buy or whether it's people to rent, it's naturally going to escalate the prices up, because there's only going to be a certain amount of villas and there's going to be a huge demand because of the facilities and the community that it offers with it. And as demand goes up, so does capital appreciation, so does the rents. So you're really, really helping to serve the buyers and the landlords to actually not only get into a premium product, but actually benefit from the investment side of things as well. In terms of the community, I touched on it there. It's going to be lagoon style. It's going to be green spaces. A lot of developers come from the mindset of how many villas can I squish into this plot of land, because that's one way for them to maximize the profits, because they're selling more properties. Miraz take a completely different approach. They take the community-led approach to help actually drive demand through people wanting to be there, which naturally then results in the capital appreciation for their landlords. And that is why they sell out every single time, because landlords and end users alike that have got into their properties early have benefited from the capital appreciation that goes on in these projects. So when a new community comes up, they want to jump into it again. Now these brochures, guys, these are from phases 1 and 2. Naturally, you can imagine phases 3 is going to be quite similar. They're going to build on what's already there. Coming in at phase 3 means you're going to benefit from actually on handover being in a ready-made community. There will be no more development going on. The community will be set up, it will be thriving, and you get to benefit as an end user coming in straight into a ready-made community. These were the types of townhouses and villas that they released in phase 1 and 2, and you can imagine phases 3 is going to be very similar again. You can see lots of green spaces, lots of community-led projects. In terms of the community itself, it's going to have a primary school within the area. In terms of an end user, it's going to attract a lot of families. It's going to rent all day, every day. You've got primary schools, you've got mosques, you've got the community park, the clubhouse, retail space, a kindergarten, lagoon clubhouse, juice bars, lakes, all the community amenities, which really brings this sense of community to the place. It really creates this environment where you actually don't need to leave because everything you have is very easy and very accessible. You've got a beautiful mixture of the gardens and water. Water is so highly desirable, especially when we live in a desert. So waterfronting communities are always super, super popular all over the world when it comes to property. And this gives you kind of a little bit of an idea of what you can expect the end product to look like. The high end, the quality, they go all out in terms of design, making a premium product, making it feel luxurious in every single element, from the home itself right the way through the community. So in phases 1 and 2, we saw a mixture of 3, 4 and 5 bed villas plus the garden houses, and we can imagine phase 3 is going to be very much same. The floor plans, and I'll leave all the links around this video, these were the floor plans from the previous launches. Again, they might actually come in and edit this based on the feedback they had from phase 1 and 2, but we can imagine that it is going to be quite similar again. So here you have the 3-bedroomed of a typical villa. Here is the 4-bedroomed, where we've got a total square footage of 4,800 square feet, right the way up to the 5-bedroom villas, which again come with a lot more garden and outdoor space as well. So a lot of different options at a lot of different price points. And price points is a very good point to mention. Price points, again, they haven't been released. We will not know until launch day what they look like. However, based on previous launches, I'm predicting, don't hold me to it, that we could expect to see 3 beds from 6 million, that we could expect to see 4 beds from around 7 million and 5 beds from 9 million. Again, don't hold me to it, but based on the previous launches, based on the research that I've done, I would hazard a guess that those will be the starting points for the villas on that community. So the next question people then ask me is like, well, is that good value? Are we getting a good price? And I can quite honestly, hand on heart, say it's going to be the cheapest price you ever get those for. But when we say, is it a good price? Is it good value? How do you define good value? The only way I can think to do it is based on the numbers that we have for the areas around it. So if we look at the map again here, this is not a brand new area. There is a lot of built up communities that sit around the acres already that help us build that idea of what comparables could look like, what price points in a similar area. Now, a community probably most likely to compare it to is the Arabian Ranches. It sits on the opposite side of the Sheikh Zayed Road. It is a built out community. It's an older community, but completely built out. I'm not going to sit here and just tell you your property price is going to triple without any facts. What I'm going to tell you is what's happened in the area around it, because we can use previous data to predict the future. So if we use Arabian Ranches as a really good example, ranches, to buy a 3-bed Arabian Ranches villa right now, you're looking at this is live data from the Dubai Land Department. If we were to go and buy in the other community, which is built out, which is much older, a 3-bedroomed villa, you're looking at 7.8. These are all live sales. We've got a 15 million there, we've got a 10 million there, we've got an 8.2 million there. And we're predicting that a 3 million on the other side of the road with Morass as the developer with an insane community in a brand new villa is going to be starting at 6 million. This is what excites me because it shows you what is possible. It shows you the prices that people are paying, that families are paying because they want to get into a villa. A lot of the time people will ask me, well, why aren't those people just going to buy in this? Well, firstly, there's not enough villas to go around. It's actually very difficult on launch day to secure one of these. But on top of that, a lot of the people paying these prices are families. They can't wait 3 years for a villa to be completed. They have to pay the going rate today because they need it today. And that is where your capital appreciation comes. That's why where we win as an investor, because we can actually put our money to work. We sit on it for 3 years, and when it comes to completion, it suddenly becomes more valuable because there's a lot more people in the market that would be ready and able to buy it, because at that point it's then mortgageable. At that point they can move their family in, and then it becomes open to homeowners as well. So these figures give you a lot of reassurance. And also, just to kind of look at what this property looks like, this is, if I go and search this up, of what you could expect, a 3-bedroomed. So just so you can get an idea, a 7.8 million 3-bed villa in the community next door. This is what you are comparing it with, compared to the CGIs we showed earlier. This is an older community. I mean, it still looks a lovely home. This one has been sold, and I'm not saying that this is the exact one, but you can see the community's older, the property is more dated. So naturally, if you can see the prices that these are going for, and that helps us understand and predict what this new community will do. And it gives you a lot of peace of mind in the fact that these properties have grown so much in that time. Let me actually get it up. Let's see the data of what's actually happened in that community next door. So if I go to show me, let's keep it the same. Let's keep it on those 3 bedrooms. Go to villas, 3 bedrooms. So this is the live data of recent sales in the community next door, 3-bedroom villa. Okay, this one, a great example. The person who bought this one, they got a mortgage against the property at the time of purchasing in October 2029 for 2.8 million, and it's now 2025 and it's now worth 15. You can see the value that has been added there when they bought it in 2019 versus what they're getting for it today on the 15th of January 2025. Let me go into the next one. This again, so this shows that it's not just this kind of one-off. It really starts to help you build an idea of what is going on in the area. This one was bought in 2023 September for 2.7 million. We're now in 2024, just at the back end of last year, it sold for 10.6 million. This is the type of thing that can happen in the villa communities because the demand is there, and the cheapest opportunity to get in is when you are getting in with a developer. Hence why this launch is going to be so popular. So the booking process and how this works then. Again, we are waiting for the information. The greatest thing about this is that we've had phase 1 and 2, so we can start to gather a lot of the information to predict what phase 3 is going to look like. Rumors are phase 3 is going to launch at the back end of this month. EOIs would come in before that. Now what happens is you put in a EOI, which is an expression of interest. It's usually a refundable deposit along with the unit that you're looking for. You put that information in, and that holds your place in the queue. On launch day, you may or may not. Sometimes you don't even get the option to get allocation, but you will be given an allocation. You'll have the opportunity to approve it. If you're happy, you can move forward. And if you're not happy, then your EOI, your expression of interest money, is refunded. At that point, if you're happy and you're looking to move forward, the payment plan on these guys is 65-35, which is one of the better payment plans for a government-backed developer. On booking, they will require 10% of the property price for the booking. The next 55% is staged over the construction period. So between now and 2028, or whenever the property hands over, the payments will be split across that time period. It helps cash flow. It makes it more accessible. You don't need all that money right now. Once it comes to completion and handover, the final 35% is due. Now this could be mortgaged. You don't need to have the cash. Equally, you can pay cash or you can mortgage it at that point you wish to do so. This is a project I am super excited about. I'm having a lot of conversations on it, and there's a lot of anticipation for this launch. As I said, if you want any more information about this, the earlier you can start the process and start having that conversation is going to put you in the best chance to secure something like this. I will leave all the links around this video so that you can download the brochures, you can have a look at the floor plans. If you want to book in a call so that you can have a chat about this villa opportunity or other villa opportunities, or you're in the market currently, and that is what I'm here for. So use the links around this video, download everything that you need, book in a call. Any questions, give me a shout and I am more than happy to help. But wanted to give you an early heads up. Don't say I didn't warn you guys. This is going to be a fantastic project and I'm very excited about it. Hope that helped, and I will see you very soon.